Hey everybody, welcome Dreamers. Today I'm going to do a new tutorial sculpting video, a little bit different than I would normally do. So this is just like me introducing a little bit of like a different approach of my sculpting um, video. So I want to not like recreate this, but like improve this particular scene that I made 2 years ago. Now, for people that don't know, I'm also streaming Dreams from time to time, mostly in the weekends, and I have like, or at least I try to have everything like made in Dreams. So like you see Sharky right now in the right corner, the little shark with the headset. It's also made in Dreams. So everything that I will try to do in my streams is all made in Dreams. That also includes sound design, sound effects, like notifications and stuff like that. I try to like combine everything in Dreams, or like made in Dreams, and then use it for my stream. So that being said, now I also have like a be right back screen, sorry, that I'm using sometimes if I have to like do something really quickly, and I will switch to this particular scene so people have something to look at. And this whole scene is of course made in Dreams, so you're actually seeing something right now that is entirely made in Dreams. And it's just like you see like characters like passing by, and these are characters, are not my characters. Well, this one you see right now, that's Sharky. That one is my character. But the rest of the characters are just like from the community. And the reason why I made something like that is because like I really wanted to celebrate Dreams in my Be Right Back screen. And I'm also maybe thinking to, instead of like having a Be Right Back screen, I maybe want to like turn it into like stream starting soon kind of situation. I think that's more fun to do. And like right now, I have like a starting soon screen. It also made in Dreams, by the way. You see like a tunnel with some really weird effects that I made, and that was just like representing like the mind, like you're diving into like mind. That's basically what what it means. But I think that it's way more fun to look at something that is like made by the, or not like made by the community, but like an ode to the community, because like without the community, like Dreams wouldn't exist, right? So like it's a very like important that the community, like the Dreams community, is doing their thing. Otherwise, we will not get like great content. So what did I did here in this particular scene? I made a street, as you can see, and there is like a back door where you hear like some techno music in the distance. It's of course happening in behind that door, and it's like the Jechta Place club basically, and it says like "Do not enter," but the word "not" is a little bit like broken, so it's flickering sometimes, so it actually says "Do enter." It's a minor detail that I put in there, but the reason why I put it in there is because of like the dreamer that you probably already know is the Casey Jones. Like he often have text that says like don't do this, and you actually have to do something like that. So that's basically an Easter egg for that. There are other Easter eggs in here, not that much. You can see like if you look a little bit up in the first window on the left side, right above the door, you can see, of course, Pig Detective plushie. Of course, that's like the reference to Pig Detective. If you look down, you see the heart balloon, and uh, there is a creature holding that, and that's of course Bo. And if you look like at the right side, you can also see some references here. It's a little bit smaller, but you can definitely tell, or not tell, but you can definitely see maybe, oh, Shark is also in the way. So let me remove Sharky for now so I can see it a little bit better. So you see like an eye with a oh man, what was it called again? But like the samurai game mini game, but it was all like for the first annual Impy Awards. That's where this background is based off. So all the nominators that were in the first Impy Awards, and we are at the moment that I'm recording this, we're already at the third right now. So it's already been 2 years ago that I made this. So it's a little bit out of date, basically, and I kind of want to like not like recreate it, but like revamp, remaster, reboot, remake this scenery. So, so I'm not going to remake it, but I'm going to advance it a little bit better, so to speak. And I'm not sure if I'm still going to use all different characters from the Dreamiverse. I really need to see what I'm going to do about it. Also, the knowledge that I had 2 years ago is not really comparing to what the knowledge that I have right now. So what that means is that like when I was creating this, I didn't really have much knowledge of Dreams yet. I was playing Dreams in the beta version, and I only had like what is like 2 weeks or something, was like something like that, which really not enough of time to get like use of all the tools, and I was like creating like crazy. I was like remaking my own house, like my room basically. In Dreams was really fun to do. That's what I did in that like beta version. And yeah, I don't know, like it's like I think that I'm not saying that I improve much, but I say that at least the knowledge that I have now is way better than I had 2 years ago. And that's why I want to like recreate an older scene, remake an older scene that I did 2 years ago. That's the reason why. The reason why I'm also doing this is because like I think that the idea of a street where people walking by is maybe still like fun to use, because like it's very peaceful and it's very randomly, like the characters walk really randomly, like and there's some like you see in Cat as well. But 2 years ago I didn't really have much of like choices between characters, and I tried to like use the characters that like were well known in the community. Like you can see the cat, the cat with the tail. I don't know what the original who the creator is, but sorry for that. But like the point is that like I used characters that were really know well, and also nominated for the first annual Impy Award show, or the first Impy Award. And of course Sharky is in there, and you see Cone, but I think maybe it's also fun to have Qbert in there. Some people like him, some people don't like him. But it belongs to, maybe I'll leave just only Cone. Like Coney is like, of course, that this one, the Cone, is very famous, as if you start up Dreams for the first time. So maybe not Qbert, but just only Connie. But I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this exactly still yet. But I think I can make something really cool out of this scene. So I don't really know if this sculpture video is going to be, because like I always try to have like 1 hour mark video of my sculpting videos. I'm already talking like almost 10 minutes with this. So that, but the reason why I'm like having an intro is because like I want to explain what I'm going to do in this video. It is going to be a sculpting video, but it's going to be in like a multi episodes of sculptings, because this takes a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time, but like I don't have much time myself, so that I need to do it in parts. I really would love if you guys really love this, please let it always know in the comments. I do read them all, and of course I will like that, and I will maybe comment that if it's a funny comment. But Please let me know if you like this type of stuff as content, because I really want to do something different. Like at the moment that I'm recording right now, like I always made like one sculpt, and I sometimes took it in one shot, and sometimes I had to take two parts because I was going over the 1 hour mark, because I don't want to have like 2 hour videos. And I split them up during the weekday. And now this is a little bit of like a bigger project with like lots more going on, different sculpts basically. So we're going to split this whole scene up. At the moment, I've always shown a little bit of like assets that I'm also going to use for Aria. So the things that you saw on YouTube are also the assets that are representing in my upcoming game Aria. But I kind of want to like not get like you guys get bored of that. So I need to figure out still what I want with my content. So this was my idea. I want to make like one scenery, and I want to have like the scenery remade in Dreams, and like not remade but remake in Dreams, and so like with the knowledge that I have now, and also that because I'm going to remake this, um, I need of course like assets, right? I need different assets in this scenery, and I kind of want to make it more alive, basically. So, like right now, you only see like two windows, a door, a bin, and what is it like called, like a rain pipe or like and that's it, right? And some characters walking by, and that's it. There's nothing else going on in the scene besides that, and the "be right back" text, of course. But that's it. And the idea what I have is that I'm going to add a little bit more detail. So it's going to be more alive. So we're going to get more depth into the wall and more depth. Like we're going to do a staircase, um, something like that. Like on a window, we're going to need a bigger window, maybe. Graffiti will still be there. But this is something that I made like in like 2 years ago, right? And the funny for me to me is like I really do like cyberpunk themes and stuff like that, and it's really funny because like the third Impy Award is actually a little bit cyberpunkish environment, which I really like. I've not really checked it at the moment that I'm recording, but I will stream it, so that will eventually like be on my YouTube channel. And if you want to watch it live, you should like check www.twitch.tv/Jechta and that's where I stream Dreams. And I will also just like walk through all the nominators on that stream. So that being said, we already like almost like 30 minutes in right now in this video. Let's start. I hope you get the idea of what I'm going to do. So let's get out of the scene. Just gonna exit the creation, and let's make a new scene. Okay, so the first thing I'm always doing in almost every video by now is disable the hover effect. I do not really like the hover effect. Media Monarchy, or if someone watching from Media Monarchy, I doubt, but you never know. If you're watching, can I please have an option in the main menu that I can like decide if I want to have hover effect on or off in the beginning of the creation? It says, I know it's a really small thing, but I don't know, I kind of like to have that. Just like you can choose between stamp and smear and stuff like that. Or just like, let me, if you have turned it off once in your creation, it will save because it knows that you turn it off. I don't know, something like that. All right. So what we first need to do, we need to make. I think that the first thing, or what we can make is a brick wall. Now, as you saw, like in my creations, or in my previous creation, I made, of course, a brick wall, and that brick wall, is something that I made, but it's not really the best brick wall ever. Not saying that I'm going to create now a way better brick wall than I did before, but I really want to like see if I can improve this and in that matter. So that's what the first thing what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to do it a little bit in like the this almost the same, not almost, but a little bit in the same style that I really like the cyberpunk that was like what I did 2 years ago. Even though there was not like neon lights and everything, the only neon lights was like the "Do Not Enter" text and the Jechta Place logo, but that was it. Really want to do a little bit more about that right now. All right, so first the asset we are going to create is either going to be the brick wall. And I always start with grid mode. Let me remove this one here. And I always start with like a grid mode, and that's where I place my creation in. I'm also going to need a mirror mode so we can like speed up our progress of our creation. And the reason why I like doing it in mirror mode is just it saves me a lot of time because like it's like half the work that you need to do. So if you're going to make something like that, use mirror mode. I'm also going to hide my mirror, um, like there's like you're seeing like the line in between. I don't like to see that. I like to work clean. Um, okay, so let's start. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to talk a lot in this video because at the moment that I'm recording this, I'm still feeling a little bit sick. Um, but I really, I really want to like do this right now because yeah, I mean I would try to make still content for you guys and also that hopefully you can learn something from it as well, like the techniques that I'm doing. The thing is, what I need to do is I need to know like how big is the wall and what is like the um, skill proportion that we are adding. And to do that, we need a puppet. So I'm going to add, even though the puppet is not really like it's really a child kind of puppet. I discovered that not so long ago. This is not like how an adult is. Like an adult is something like that. That's like an adult. Sort of. So not really, probably a little bit like I think that like the default puppet was like 160 or something or not 150. 150. So this let me see if this is 150, 60. I think that the average should be 170. I know that we Dutch are one of the tallest people in the world. Not the tallest anymore. I think that another country has already surpassed us. But it should be something like that. So just like to see in the skill, like if you want to like create something in Dreams, right? And you want to know if like the skill is correct. Um, you want to know like like you want to like at least use a puppet. Maybe I should like make it myself and to show you that a little bit, what I'm talking about. I need a ruler. I always forget where that is. Oh, where was the ruler again? The ruler. Um, where was that again? Oh, here. Like the ruler. So you can see what I'm talking about. Let me use grid snap. Okay, so let's stamp it in. So this is like already standard one 1 by 2 meters. So let's say the average height is one. I'm 187 myself. 80. Sorry, I'm lying. 81, 84, I think. So I'm just going to say like the average is 1 meter and 70 centimeters. So let me put this on the ground, like so. And oh, I was kind of close to it. I was really kind of close to this. So it should be somewhere around here. Not really though. 'Cause, like the puppet is not really standing on the level of the ground. So here. And okay. Let me put it a little bit on the side. A little better too. I think I'm going to make a standard puppet like this for myself, so I know the sizes of the proportion. I always like to create like my creations in proportion. So for example, if I'm looking at like my own assets, like things need to be like in a certain like proportion that you don't need to like reskill everything, right? So basically, what I'm saying is that all my sculptures are real life size, basically, so to speak. So um, that's why I'm also always sculpting in, um, or at least like before I'm going to sculpt, I always sculpt, and then use a puppet and use a puppet that like is like normal size, like a human size, like an adult size. I mean, and then I know like okay, this is like the um, the height and stuff that I need to go for. I made this bench, sadly not on recording. I probably maybe do another one uh, in stream purpose if you want to know how to make benches in Dreams. It's really easy and it's really fun to do. And it doesn't really cost much graphics at all. You can just like use one graphics for this and still have um, a decent looking one. Okay, so oops, no need to delete this one. Okay, so that's why like I always like try to start my creations with. I need to know the proportions. So we're going to set this carriage now that we made. So this is like 1 meter and 70 centimeters. I think that's a good average of the people around the world. I'm not really sure what the actual average is in the world, but I think 1 meter 70. I think that's pretty average. So I'm going to like look at like the side of like the wall that I'm going to make. And we're gonna definitely tell the wall is a little bit too small. So we need to go higher. And like if you really want to go for like good perspectives and stuff like that, I can like do something that I've not really done before. Um, or at least I'm not doing that much, that's so to say. But you can also like do it like this. Like if you really want to like have it really precise with your buildings, you can put a ruler like next to your sculpt. I know that many people not doing this. I'm 100% sure that not many people are actually doing this. But the reason why I would suggest you to do this, if you want to have like a one-on-one type of situation with your buildings, so there are like a few things that you need to know, like how tall is the building. Now I do know, at least here in Holland, our doors are 2 meters and 20 centimeters, because like we are pretty like high in our length. So the door is like on 120 mostly. When the doors are always like 2 meters and 20 centimeters. But that's not like where the ceiling is of course at. So it's probably going to be, I think, to maybe 3 meters. I don't know. I don't really know. It also, at least if I look at my own home, I think it's here. It's like 3 meters height. Now this is of course the difference. Like it can vary. Like it can different with every household, of course. It doesn't always be the same. But my ceiling is quite high at the moment here. Um, so I think I would keep it maybe a little bit in the middle, so to speak. Like so to speak, like here. Let's say that this is the door. I think this is quite right. I think this is like quite right. 3 meters. I think that's pretty nice to have like the height of the wall, the brick wall that we're going to create. And again, this is something that you don't really have to do. This is something that I only find a little bit weird, that we don't see the ruler inside. Let's go, but there we go. So now it's like 3 meters high. Now we need to do something else. We need, of course, the width. So let's say 4 meters. I don't want to make it too large, because like I want to, of course, use it for multiple situations. So I think that 4 meters is fine for this. So we need to put this a little bit in the center and then just like stretch it out. The graphics at the moment are a little bit too high, but that we need to adjust. Okay, we need to go a little bit further. Oop. Just like that. Yeah, seems about right. So now this wall is 3 by 4. And that's all I need to know. So I'm going to delete this ruler for now, because we don't really need the ruler anymore. And I also don't really need the puppets. But this is like basically the skill of the wall now. So this is like the puppet. And so we do know that like the door is going to be, well, a little bit higher than the puppet itself, of course. Because like, yeah, sometimes people are a little bit taller than 1 meter 70. That's why doors are mostly 2 meters and 20 centimeters, at least here. I know that can be maybe different in each country. But so the door is going to be a little bit higher. So let's say around here, like it goes over there. So yeah. That's basically what I always do before I start my sculpts. Not with the ruler. The ruler, this is like the first time I'm using the ruler, but I'm always often use the puppet for size purposes. We can already get rid of the puppet, but I kind of want to have it still machine. Do I want to have it still machine? No, we can delete it. We can also bring it back if we need so. Okay, first thing we need to do is downscale the wall. Because like we are way too high with our graphics memory, like 7%, and we have not even done anything to this wall. It's way too high. So we need to downscale it until we're reaching the 1%. And then I'm happy from that point to work with. So now we hit like 1%, and yeah, so now we can like work from this. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do like a two-sided wall. Maybe I will do it. So I can use it for like different angles and different ways to just to save a little bit of like graphics into the scenery. All right. So we're going to cut the, or basically going to make the bricks, and it's going to be very small bricks. I'm not sure like how big they were in my older version, but this one is going to be like very small bricks. Now this line is I think still too thick, so we need to adjust that, and I'm going to use still some finer grits. I kind of like to work with grit because it makes life a lot easier for me. This is always going to be a lot of fun, but that seems about right. And let's move this a little bit like so. I think this is the right size to go for. So now we only need to like, and I'll go back to my normal, back to 1, 1, 2, and then, I'm not really sure if I should do it like this, clone it. Because the thing is with cloning is like it's not really following the grid rules anymore. So I'm not really sure if I will keep. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though. I think this is perfectly fine. I think I'm actually going to make it two-sided. So we're going to work from two sides. I think that is like the best way to go for it. So I can still choose. Um, yeah, so I can still choose the. I'm really not sure if it's about right. It looks like it's way deeper than the other side. But we need to fill it up again because they're not going to be like with gaps like this. We actually need to fill it up again. But just for having the start of this anyway. And now we basically need to match. Oh wait, let me do that in the grid side that we had before. And grab this one over here. Place it where the other one was. Oh wait. I need to zoom out a little bit. Okay, and now we need to match this side with the other side. So, and that seems all good to me. Alright, so the other side is also now done. Perfectly. And we can even push it a little bit further if we want so. Let's go. Clone it as well until it match with everything else. So now we have it on this side. And don't forget, like these walls will eventually just like clone against each other, and we need to make it so that it will also fit. So maybe I'm not going to do it like this because then it will leave holes into the thing. But we need to make sure that like it's going to be connected pretty well, right? But we come back to that later on. We're not going to do that now, or like yeah, we will come back to that. So this is going to be a little bit more fun because we also need lines on the other side, or like and this is going to be a little bit more time consuming. I need to have a little bit refiner. 1/8 probably. Alright. So this is basically how it works. We need to have like one side with only like a very small thing, and then like and one big one, and small big one, small big one, small big one, etc. Like just like how bricks work, right? Just like how bricks are being placed. So we're going to do that, and I'm just going to do first something really, yeah. I'm not sure if this is the way to do it, but I already have like a good size of this, so I'm only going to use. I'm gonna make this very small. And see if this is perfect. Yeah, that looks fine. So now we're going to use this. I could also make like remake a new one, but the thing with that is is that it's I don't know, I don't like that. Yeah, we cannot really clone it like this because that will not work. I was afraid of this. This is like the part where I said like if you're cloning what I did, it will speed up your progress. But you can see because like it's not going to be on grid anymore. So you are having a little bit of troubles with like placing stuff like this eventually later on because you're not on grid. Like these things, like it looks like on grid, but it's not on grid. Um, so I'm actually thinking to maybe redo it and just do it manually. And it maybe sounds very stupid, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So what that means is I'm going to place this manually into my scene. And I'm not really sure, like, I think that this is still good, so... Because now we are on actually on grids. And, like, people probably going to say, like, but you can clone it really quickly. Like, you can do like this, and it's a lot faster. But if you do that, like, it's sometimes just not going to be really connected well on the grid. So I don't really know what it is, but maybe it's a bug. I don't know. Maybe it's also because like I'm doing it from the bottom to top. Um, Maybe that's why. Like now it looks it's on grid. Hmm. Interesting. Let me see. Maybe it works now. Um, because like maybe I put like not enough. Uh, Maybe this works. Maybe cloning does work. Maybe it was because like I didn't have it on 1.2 maybe before. Could be the case. Maybe that was like why it was not like connecting to the rest. So I'm going to bring this down. And I actually do need to have the 1.2 again in order to get it in the correct way, and that seems like that. So I'm going to bring this up here. And we need that for this one here. And then we need to go down. And we're still having issues. That is so weird. Like this is the type of stuff that it bothers me the most. Okay. Is it now good? No, it's not good. Like this is what bothers me because like it's slowly going off grid as you can see. Like if I like would continue this one here, you will going to see that eventually we're going off so many so off the grid. Um, so I'm actually going to do it manually because I don't like this. Like normally, like normally you would say like a brick wall should not be so hard to make. It is not so hard to make a brick wall. It's just that the efficiently that I want to work with to make a brick wall is for me very important. And if I mess up in the start of my progress, it becomes a little bit like uneasy for me. So I'm just going to snap them one by one on grid instead of cloning them because like for some reason cloning puts the whole thing off grid. At least that's what I believe. Maybe it's not true and maybe we'll deal with the same issue. But let's find out. There's only one way to find out. And this is like for me like also a learning curve. So if it still results to the same weird behavior, then I have no clue what is happening. Luckily we don't have like a very large wall, so we are pretty easy done. Okay, now we're going to clone this again. Oh. There. This one. And we all need to lower it, of course. In the same amount of proportion, obviously. Okay, so right there. Not quite right. So we need to adjust it a little bit better. Oh, I don't know why my imp is moving so up. Okay, so this should be it, right? Looks like it. Yeah, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, finally. I mean, you're still in grip modes perfectly. Now we need to make another thing, and that is to make sure that, that we are going to connect the um, the bricks. Like we're going to make it so that you can keep cloning this. Um, so we need to make sure that's going to look pretty good. I can do two things. I can use this like line from the end of the sculpt as the end line, but that doesn't really make much sense because that means that we need to make these longer. But for what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this like so. And what I'm also going to do is put something like this, but then a sec, I need to something like that, but you can still see the line happening, right? And I don't really like that. Uh, so we probably need to do some overlapping. That's probably what it's going to be. Like that is what we need to do. Now again, if you're like making like a brick wall like what I'm doing, you don't really have to do all these steps. But it if you do it, like it will help you a lot. Eventually. Okay, so I now need to get rid of like these side things here, as you can see, because like these side things are an issue, as you can see. Let me go back into a little bit finer. And then we need to cut this one. And that also, of course, means that we're going in the other side as well. Now this is, of course, a little bit too extreme. Let's see how that looks. Bring it a little bit closer to... Just like so. I kind of want to have my sculpts based on one grid, on the first grid size. Like that's what most people are using. I think this is fine. You can still see there's some overlapping, but if you're painting it, you're going to morph it a little bit further away. So I think that I'm going for this. So it's still like it overlaps a little bit, but that's how dreams work. You can't really get rid of it, but we got rid of the weirdness stuff around here. So all we need to do now is do the same on everything. So we're going to clone this down. And we do that on all sides as well. And because like we did live cloning, and live cloning means basically everything what I'm doing here, it will also do it on my first sculpture. Like live cloning is really, really nice for stuff like this. If you want to have like a pattern that you want to know if the pattern is like continuing to the other sides, like live cloning is really a great way to do that. Let me go into this so I can see it a little bit better. And move it up a little bit. I'm not going to like fast forward the video. I never do that. I never cut in my videos unless it's something happens in between. But I will never like skip any progress that I'm doing because I want you to see the full experience. All right. So that's that, and if you put it like back to the first and put it into this thing here, we can still see, yeah, we can still see like some like collapsing happening, but it's way better than we had before. Like if you like moving from this particular angle, you're not gonna. If you like the wall is around this um point of view, so you're not gonna even notice it, and especially if everything is painted over. So this is perfect for me. So now we can like continuing with the rest of the sculpt. So I'm just going to put this on, and I keep the other side visible so that I know if I need to adjust a few things here and there. Okay, so this one going to be they're going to be very long bricks. Um, Something like that. I don't know. Like it's always like a little bit like um yeah, like tweak what is best, and my imp is not like really working with me right now. Stay. Stay on the spot. Please. Let's see if cloning still works. No, we cannot clone this one. Yeah, we can. Okay, it's going off grid, or can I keep doing this? Okay, perfectly. It's not going to get off grid. I don't know what went wrong the other day. Uh, okay, now we have issues. See, it's so weird. This is so weird to me. Um, I think it's because like we need to skip like one and each. I'll just do it like this. Just to speed up a little bit. Okay, now it's fine. I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong there. Okay. Yeah, this is like a lot of work, sadly, but it will pay off. Like if you eventually have this wall, then it will pay off. Okay, let me see if I can do it right now. There you go. No, see? Yes, what's going on? Okay, maybe this is working then? Yeah, okay. Pushing it down works. Saves me a lot of time. Okay. Oh, I think I had it on the wrong... Oh, that's what I did. Okay, I see what I did wrong there. Yeah, these are all going to be like the same size of bricks. I'm not going to adjust them. I only need to know like where I'm going to like. I'm not really sure if I keep these small, to be honest. Is that smart to have like a smaller brick eventually in between them, holding everything up? Or are we actually going because like that will bring I rather want to fix it now than fix it later. Because, because like if you fix it later, then you have a lot more work to do. I think maybe it's way better if it's just like one brick size everywhere. Instead of having like one a little bit itsy tiny in between. So we're going to do that instead. And the amount of work for just like one brick, right? But it's going to be the best ever looking brick ever. No, 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 no. I don't know. Probably not. But it's going to be at least a decent looking brick wall. And funny fact, I made when I was making my first brick wall. It has been and it's still been used a lot in everybody's creations. I always see my brick wall in every creations. I think it's been used now for 1400 times in 1400 different creations and dreams, which is insane. I know some people have that with trees and stuff like that. But my brick wall is very, very, very famous. I don't know why, because like it's not really that great of a brick wall. It's like it's a very standard brick wall. Okay, so let's be sure if I went too far. That's okay. Maybe went one too far. Is these the correct sizes? I think it is. I think it's the correct sizes. I think I'd like this a little bit better, to be honest, instead of like having a small one in between. So yeah, I think I will go for this. So now we only need to do it on everywhere. And I do hope that we made it so that it's correct. And oh my god, we did. And this is like and this is why I really love to work in grip, because like if you want to make like, and these are all like the same, these are going to be the same size of bricks, but we're going to do something later on that makes look that the bricks are a little bit off and older and stuff like that. How many steps do we need? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11, we need to clone it 11 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that should be covering the whole area. Wait, it is 10. I was counting, of course, the top one as well. Whoops. Okay. So we need 10 clones. There we go. Now that one is set up. And you can see like how quickly it is, right? Like I don't really know. Doesn't really matter which wall I am adjusting, because like it's a live cloning of each other. We do need the other side as well. Maybe I will do something else on the other side. I don't know. And I need to think. I think maybe we're going to do two-sided. But that means that this wall is maybe going to exceed 1% if we're going to adjust both sides of it. So probably going to be the 2% brick wall instead of 1%, for example, or maybe 3% if we're doing painting. Pretty crazy painting. Okay. Now we need to make sure that everything like looks okay in the other line. So we're going to like put this in here. I think, or is it around here? I need to see that on this side, to be honest. Because what in the world are we going to do with this particular one? We do need smaller ones. We cannot always have the same. Okay, so I think we still need the small ones. Otherwise, it's not going to be looking that great, and it doesn't make any sense. So now it does make more sense, because we are now um, so it should be more like this, right? I think that's perfectly fine. And like the way how you brick ways, there's some you have like another one that's like a smaller, sometimes pushed in between, just like this, and that like, yeah, that's perfectly. I like that. It also breaks a little bit of like the continuation in the texturing, or you know, it's not really texturing, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, so we do we still need the tiny ones. So this should be 9, like 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, one, and one more. Okay, that's looks good to me. And then we're doing this one, and this one is like 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It should be good. No, it's 11. It is 11. Okay. There we go. So that one is covered as well. And so, boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now it should cover. There we go. And we keep doing that with everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we do need that with here too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There you go. And the brick wall is done. So this side is the brick wall has been completed. And you're basically now can like keep continuing the brick wall in all sorts of ways of doing so. Now there might be something that needs to be adjusted maybe in the top one. Like the side looks good. Like this, we can continuing this with the side, so you can make like a really long brick wall if we want now, and like the whole um I'm just gonna say texture, but like the whole thing with sculpture we did with the bricks is like one of like a continuation going now. So everything like it's connect to each other, and because like it's so like the bricks are a little bit randomly placed, like some are bigger than the others, which really make it more unique. And but we also need to test the top one, right? And we do need a little bit of this because like the thing what is missing is the extra gap that's happening, and the extra gap needs to be happening in the bottom. And so we need to have like what we have worked before. So we're going to use am I saying this correct? Yeah, we need to use this one here and just like push it just down, just like that, and now we should be good with the rest of the wall. There we go. As you can see, now it blends even better in the top one. I know that like gap, it can maybe look a little bit off if you're like looking a little bit closer, but if you're like zooming out, it becomes more normal. So now we have like a really nice looking brick wall that we can continuing cloning everywhere. And that's how you make a brick wall. um, Now we need to know, like, what am I going to do on the other side? Are we going to clone the whole situation on the other side as well? That is a very good question. I don't really know, to be honest. But that is going to be for the next video. We are almost the 1 hour mark in. So I really want to say thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to hopefully finish the wall. We're going to add more detail and we're going to paint and stuff like that. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. And as always, at every video, I say thank you so much for watching and hope to see you next time. And don't forget to dream, everybody. Bye bye.